What's up, YouTube? Zach's back with another attack, and we're doing another food review. Welcome back to the Monday show. Today we're going to be reviewing mini Takis. I have had Takis before, but not mini Takis. Don't know if they'll taste much different, and it has been a good while since I've had Takis. They were kind of everywhere in Phoenix, Arizona, where I'm living at now. In the Midwest, Indiana, they are not everywhere. So it's kind of surprising to find this, and it's the Fuego flavor, which are supposed to be very hot for a chip kind of thing. I'm very excited to try this, but first I wanted to let you guys know that I ended up selling my vacuum cleaner. It was just gathering dust.
Zach's back with another attack, so come on in and just relax. Hit subscribe and join the fun. You're Zach to the future now, son.
Alright guys, I'm excited to get into this review of mini Fuego Takis. And this is an interesting review because not only is this a mini bag, and it says not for individual resale, and I'm pretty sure that the people who were selling this at the gas station were individually selling these. I did buy this by itself, so I guess they're breaking that rule. And Takis have a very interesting flavor from what I remember. They're like 1 part fire and 1 part lime. So if you've seen last week's review, which was on the Venom energy drink that is watermelon and lime flavor, you will appreciate this because that was watermelon and lime, and this is fire and lime. So let's get right down to it. I'm gonna open this package. Let's see if it has a serving size. 1 package, 180 calories per package. That's not too bad. These are made by a company of Bimbo. So, I don't know who they're calling a Bimbo. I should feel a little bit offended by that, but I'll take it out on my taste buds with these fiery snacks. Oh, wow. I kind of thought that this would just be a bag of Takis that was just not filled very full. It just had a handful of Takis in it, and that was it, but these are actually very small Takis. That's interesting. The only Takis I've ever had was in a big bag. My cousin got them all the time, and she just got a big bag, so I had 1 or 2 out of those, and they were probably 3 or 4 times the size of this. So these are kind of cute in a weird way. I don't know how to feel about this, but I don't know how well you can see it, but there is definite crystals on this. You can see little things, and on my hand even, if I put that back in, it's like Cheeto dust, but it's the Taki powder or heat crystals or whatever is on these Takis. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm gonna try one. They're pretty hot, so let's see what they taste like. Not too bad. I don't have a high sensitivity to heat. You can go back and watch my video I made where I ate part of a Carolina Reaper, which at the time was the hottest pepper in the US. It has since been dethroned by Pepper X, and a lot of other hot things I really enjoy, and they don't bug me too much. So maybe it's just my sensitivity. I'm gonna have 3. This one's a little mutated, so maybe 4 if you want to count that. Okay. Whew. Okay. As I sucked the powder off of my fingertips, I started to understand what this is all about, because the heat wasn't in the chips as much. These are regular corn rolled chips. They're like tiny taquitos, but made of chips. in a way. And themselves, they're not really that hot. I wasn't feeling too much of a burn from even eating all 3 of those at the same time, but when I sucked the stuff off of my fingers, I did get a bit of a puckering, and I think that's from the lime flavor that's in this. I also think that a little bit of the heat that I got was from that. This powder, whatever they put on these Takis, is entirely where the flavor and the puckering, the heat, everything that makes a Taki really comes from that stuff. Maybe at the bottom of one of these packages, there's just a bunch of that loose stuff and I can use it on other things or just have some of it by itself. I'm not entirely sure, but I do think that the chips themselves, if they didn't have any of that stuff on them, would not be anything special. That said, the Takis do have that stuff on them, so they are kind of something special. And in a way, when you eat the Takis and you get that kind of subtle heat and subtle lime flavor that makes you just pucker ever so slightly. Obviously when you lick it off of your fingers, it's more concentrated. Eating it on the chips gives you a good flavor and a good combination, a good balance of all of these flavors that are a little bit addicting, honestly. I almost wish that I had the big bag now, because this little pack of mini Takis might just not do it for me. Although I will say that the 2 that I had of the big ones were a lot stronger. They were hotter. I remember them being hot, whereas these are more tame, but still a great flavor. So if you are a little more sensitive, maybe stick to the mini one. But if you have seen one of my food reviews in the past, you know that I rank things on a scale of 0 to 100 based on many factors, including how things taste and how things are priced, what I'm feeling about things, how they compare to everything else that I have tried. And to be completely honest, I don't know how much these Takis even cost. I did buy them, but they're not labeled for individual sale, and I bought it with some other stuff just because I saw it, so I don't know how much they even really cost. I just know that they were very cheap. I think they were around 50 cents, and while they may be hard to find unless you can find whatever they came in before they were individually sold, I do think that they're pretty similar to the bigger ones. So any kind of Takis are probably very similar to this, and so to a certain extent I will leave price out of this. That said, if you can get them for less than $1, I would definitely at least give these a try because they're very good. But saying they're very good is one thing and giving them a score is another, and we do have to give them a score. So I'm going to give these mini Takis out of 100. Probably about an 89.763. And I'm gonna have to give it that number because the flavor is very much in the powder. They would get a little bit higher score if the flavor was all part of it, and the flavor was not all over my fingertips with every bite I take. But as I have said, they're very addicting. It makes me want to have a big bag. I would definitely eat this whole bag, and I will get Takis in the future, I'm sure. I believe even the bigger sized bags are reasonably priced, so that's definitely good. They have great flavor, not just great heat, and that touch of lime is very delicious and really adds a new layer to the flavor profile of these Takis that are really hard to find with other foods. So hopefully you guys can give these Takis a try as well. If there's any foods you'd like to see me review in the future, I'm definitely open to that. That's why I'm Zach to the future. Just let me know down in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, guys, because that's how I know that you're enjoying everything that I do for you. But in the meantime, I'm Zach. Don't you do crack, and I'll catch you in the future.